Shalom, call hello Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Racha Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, as well as you sincere Akim and Akwat out there diligently laboring in this truth. Back at you again with another lesson in the spirit of prophecy. And as you can see here, the title, Iran rolls out digital bread rationing with biometric IDs. Okay, now, if you've been paying attention, if you've been looking at the news and they've been, slowly rolling out what we all know to be the MOTB, going back to Revelation, the 13th chapter. Okay. We know that, this thing, that the technology is already out here and has been for a few years now. They're just waiting on the right time to roll it out when situations appear ideal. That's when they're gonna roll this thing out. But here it is, they're already rolling this thing out in Iran. Okay, so let's go ahead and read some of this. It says the new digital rations for subsidized food were announced following a spike in the global cost of wheat. See, now going back to the beginning of this war with Russia and Ukraine, right? Now, all of a sudden, stemming from that, there's a wheat, global wheat shortage, and on a larger scale, there's a global food shortage, okay? A great famine that's coming, okay? So just to put it out there, this is the secret counsel of the wicked. And although Iran is rolling this technology out, they didn't develop it, okay? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, is behind this, okay? And the reason why Esau hasn't rolled this out in European or America yet is because they don't want to, they don't want to be the forerunner to this type of technology. Because when it's all said and done and this does come out, that this is the MOTB, if you can just point back to Esau, they say, yeah, well, the so-called white man put it out first. So he's the devil. He's the man of sin, right? But instead, okay, Esau just uses these puppet leaders in Iran to roll this thing out for him. So, like I said, when it's all said and done, they can say, well, the Iranians or the Moabites or the Ammonites, they rolled it out. So, Esau is just following them. But in reality, Esau has set this up, man. All right, Esau has set this up, and very soon after these things come into place, Esau will roll this out in the West, in Europe, in general. Okay, but this is just the, Iran is just being used as a forerunner to bring this thing about, even though in America they've already been saying that they're about to roll this out soon. Okay, so just keep that in mind, that there's a massive deception and distraction moving behind this technology, this MOTB. Okay, and on another side note, when you go back, when you look at your man Klaus Schwab's rhetoric dealing with this whole fourth industrial revolution, what they want to do is merge man with machine. And how are they going to do that? Through biometrics, okay? Putting technology inside of you, okay? This is what these elites, what these world leaders are moving to, okay? The fourth industrial revolution, where you will be attached to the system, okay, where you will be merged with machine, with the technology, so that these leaders can know where and when you're going to be at all times, okay? Complete control. So it goes on to say Iran has announced it will be rolling out digital coupons to ration bread to its citizens as it cuts back bread subsidies, which the country's president says are being, quote unquote, wasted. All right. And in other poor countries where they have a food crisis, okay, because this food crisis is going on in many other parts of the world, Okay, it's going on in Europe. It's going on in some parts of the Middle East, definitely in Africa, and very soon coming to the U.S. And it's already going on in South America. Okay, what country is that? Colombia, or is it no? Venezuela, Slovakia. In Venezuela, they about to roll this out over there too. Very, very soon. Matter of fact, Venezuela probably be the next nation to roll this out after Iran. You know what I'm saying? Because the situation over there in Venezuela is completely destitute. Like people really over there scraping off flakes of gold to pay for food. In Venezuela right now, people are paying a whole day's wages for a small amount of food that can barely sustain them for one day. Okay, this is what's going on in certain areas of the world. So best believe if anyone rolls this out next, it's going to be Venezuela. But reading on, it says the government will offer citizens digital coupons that would allow them to access a limited amount of bread at subsidized prices, while the rest will be available at market rates. Okay, so this is a form of a credit system, okay, where if you have this digital coupon, you basically get a discount. You don't have to pay the full market price for food. You know what I'm saying? It's basically an incentive for people to get on board with this new technology. Okay, and this is exactly how they're going to market the MOTB. All right, all of this is just a precursor to the mark, okay, because they have these things already out here. They have Amazon Go, they have contactless payments, they have this now. All right, but this is only to get people used to this new system that they're about to bring into place. So reading on, it says the food rationing can be enforced via Iran's biometric national identity card, which is started phasing in from 2015, and which is now issued to all new applicants and for renewals, according to Minority Rights. Now, pay attention. The card includes a quote-unquote smart chip. Okay, there you go. A smart chip. All right. Now, what have we been telling you that the MOTB is? The RFID. Okay. So listen, at this point, if you can't see that the CHIP is the MOTB, then there's something wrong with you. Because believe it or not, you still got cats out here saying that the MOTB is sleeping with white women, that it's Christianity, that it's fornication, that it's adult. Listen, man, forget all of that, okay? When you really break it down to the bare bones of what the MOTB is, what it deals with, which is buying and selling, being a part of a new system, this is it. It's nothing else but the chip. How can you listen straight up? If you saying that the MOTB is anything other than the RFID, then you reaching, man. You straight up reaching, because there's no way that you can even equate anything else to the MOTB other than this chip. Look how they're using it. They're literally putting this chip out there for you to buy food. Okay, pretty soon it's gonna be for everything. Do the scriptures say that no man might buy or sell save he that had the MOTB? Is that not what the scriptures say? So how can the MOTB be Christianity? How can it be sleeping with white women when these world leaders are moving away from Christianity? Okay, and if it is indeed sleeping with white women, okay, then a lot of people have already taken the MOTB. So that means that none of us can be afforded salvation. A lot of Jakes would not make it if that was the case, according to some of these guys out here that are making these outlandish and nonsensical statements, right? So it's clear to see that at the stage, at the point that we're in now, this is indeed the MOTB. Okay, and starting with our elders and apostles, they've been going into this for years, but now it's in your face. Now it's so blatant that you can't deny the fact that this is indeed the mark. What else can it be? You have to understand that we're at the very end of this thing. We are at the very end, the very tail end of prophecy. Everything right now is becoming manifest. You're starting to see the beginning stages of what will become the beast system, or should I say the new beast system. Okay, these things are being set in place right now because this is about to be the next jump that you know the world leaders are about to move into. Everyone's going to have to be on board with this fourth industrial revolution when they're ready to move into the next phase. That's what it is. And a part of that is the MOTB, okay, the CHIP. All right. So reading again, it says the card includes a smart chip and stores biometric data, including iris scans. Pay attention. Iris scans, okay, when they scan your eye, which goes into what? Biometrics, okay? Merging man with machine, okay, making your body a part of the system, okay? Klaus Schwab went in, your man Klaus Schwab went into all of this, okay? Fourth Industrial Revolution. Look that up on your own time, or look up videos. Brothers have done videos on that as well. Okay, it says fingerprints and facial images, and is already being used to access a variety of government services. The news outlet noted that many cash-strapped Iranians have come to rely on Iran's food subsidy program. Indeed, one agricultural researcher, Christian Westbrook, has pointed out that for the 50% of Iran that lives below the poverty line, buying at market rates is quote-unquote not an option. You see that? So now they're preying on people's poverty. Okay? Now, like I said, this is an incentive for people to get on board with the MOTB. And listen, they're going to do the same thing in America, because what's happening now is that they're crashing this economy. Everything is getting more and more expensive. Gas, food, housing, clothing, everything is going up. So when the poverty line in America gets to 50% and more, they're going to introduce the MOTB, which is the chip. They're going to introduce it just like they're doing in Iran right now as an incentive to get lower prices on many things that otherwise people would not be able to afford. Understand? You see where they're going with this, right? You see what these devils are setting up, okay? You have to see this. So this same very thing is coming to America, but right now they're just testing it out in different places to see how people react to it. You see, but listen, this devil is working around the clock to, make these things, what's the word? This devil is really working around the clock to foolproof his plan. Okay, because he wants to iron out all the kinks. He wants to make sure that everything's down packed before he moves into the next phase. Okay. So like I said, they're going to crash the economy. They're going to make everything so exorbitantly expensive that when they do roll out the MOTB and they say, yeah, well, if you get it, you can get discounts. You don't have to pay the full price. In some cases, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to have to pay for nothing. As long as you got it, they're going to take care of you. So it's going to, when things are so out of reach and so unaffordable, when they roll this thing out, people are going to see it as beneficial to get it, because it's like, yo, why would I pay full price when I can just get the insert and pay less or not pay nothing at all? You see? So listen, this is what they're going into. We telling you, okay? So it says, what was that? It says, buying at market rates is not an option. According to FBN Global News, the market prices are about 7 times higher than those of the subsidized currency. See that? So if you're going to pay market price, you're paying 7 times higher, which, people can't afford that. So what are they going to do? They're going to go ahead, take the chip, okay? Take the chip and get that subsidized price. Okay, very soon they're going to say, listen, you can't buy nothing unless you have the chip. Unless you have the MOTB, you can't buy nothing. Okay, going into the prophecy that none might buy or sell, save he that had the mark of the you-know-what or the number of his name. Okay, we going to get that scripture. So it says, going on to say, this is this is not an opt-in system, said Westbrook, who founded the Ice Age Farmer podcast. Okay, so this is your man Ice Age Farmer. Okay, so reading on, says today subsidies are being wasted and people are witness to corruption and discrimination in this regard. How can we let this continue? Ricey said in a televised interview Monday night, people and the elite urge us to reform the economy and we are determined. You see that? He said people and the elite. Okay, so they're literally telling you who is telling them to put these things into place. It's the elite. Okay, which is who? The chief house of Amalek. Okay, which is a tribe of who? Esau, the Edomites. Okay, they told them to put this in place because why? Eventually this is going to be the new system. So they told the Iranians, look, y'all roll this out over here, see how people deal with it, and once conditions are bad enough in America, in Europe, in the West, we're gonna move on to this, so everyone's gonna be on one accord. You see, this is what these damn devils have set up, man. But it's all put in place by who? The elite urge us to reform the economy, and we are determined to do so. So you see, this is the secret council of the wicked, man. Okay, of the so-called white man. That's why I told you, it's not the Iranians that, you know, so badly want to put this thing out. They're being nudged in the back by Esau, Edom to put these things out. Okay, all of the, you know what I'm saying? This is all Esau. Because why? Esau is the ringleader for all these nations. Esau is leading these nations into this NWO, man. You see? Then it goes on. Listen, I'm not even going to read the rest of this. If you want to read it, I'm going to leave the link in the description. You can check it out. But let's go ahead and get the precepts because, listen, Esau is putting a battery in the back of these nations, man. All right, and these nations are following Esau right to their destruction. So here it is, 2nd Ezra 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Okay, so when you go into that word victuals, it basically goes into goods, things that you can buy, food, housing, gas, whatever the case may be, shall be so good cheap upon earth. And right now, even though things are getting more expensive, victuals are still pretty cheap. You can go in the store, get you a can of beans for, $1, less than $1, depending on where you go. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a loaf of bread for $1. You know what I mean? You can go to Burger King, you can go to McDonald's and get you something to eat. You know what I'm saying? So victuals shall be so good cheap. Everybody think everything's good, right? That's why it says that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. So this is all that we're seeing right now. 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter. All these things are coming into effect. Okay, right now, people, you know what I'm saying, because you can still go to work, you can still buy what you need right now relatively comfortably. Very soon that's going to change though. Very soon it's not going to be, you're not going to have comfort unless you take the MOTB. Okay, and what's going to happen from that? Sword, famine, which is coming, and great confusion. It's going to be great confusion out here. No one's going to know what's really going on. People are going to see these things happening, but they don't know why. Why is that? Because they're not plugged into prophecy. They're caught up in the world just as people were in the days of Noah. When these calamities come upon people, they're going to be looking for answers, but there's not going to be no answers. You know what I'm saying? So the only solution that's going to be left for these people in this world is to get on board with the beast system, because they're not going to think nothing of it. You see? And then they're going to be, in a point of desperation mode. Like, listen, I got to take this thing. My kids got to eat. I got to eat. I got to still have my same quality of a life. I can't lose my house. So, hey, people going to do what they got to do. You see? But call Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai that we have the truth in these days because we know what's going on. You see? So we're not going to be bugging out. We're not going to be bugging out like these people out here in the world. You see? Because we have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to know what to do. Okay, because we know that we got to wait on the Lord ultimately, because these people are going to choose temporary comfort for everlasting damnation. okay, which that ain't worth it. So this is Revelation 13, and we're gonna start at let's start at 16, okay? And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that hath understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Okay, so this is exactly what's being rolled out now. The M-O-T to the B. Okay, these devils are moving in. Okay, and they're using their puppet leaders. Esau got his puppet leaders set up in these certain nations to roll this thing out for him. So the people can't just point the finger and say, oh, the so-called white man rolled this out, so he's the devil. No, they're gonna use somebody else. You see, this devil accomplishes a diligent search. Esau knows he can't just do things like that because people are already onto him. If he just rolls these things out, then people are going to be like, well, damn, the so-called white man is the one that's, forwarding these things. Although the men of the Lord know, we know what's going on, but the common average person don't know because they too bogged down with Esau's wine to give a damn. Okay. But we telling you what's up with these damn devils, man. Okay. Now let's get Psalms 83. Okay. Now let's get Psalms 83 verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult. Okay, because these nations are confederate, man. Okay, these nations are confederate against the Israelites to forward wickedness in the planet Earth, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Okay, the secret counsel of the wicked. All right, they have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now look at the nations that are listed here. Okay, it says the tabernacles of Edom. Okay, notice that Edom was the first name mentioned. Okay, so that tells you what? That Esau is leading the whole thing. Okay, Esau is the ringleader for these nations. He's leading them into this new beast system. All right, and the Ishmaelites, the so-called Arabs over there in the Middle East, of Moab, the so-called Chinese, and the Hagarenes, Gebal, okay, which are Hamite tribes, and Ammon, the Japanese, and Amalek, which is another tribe of Edom, the Philistines, but the inhabitants of Tyre, again, Hamites. Okay, so all these nations are confederate together against who? Against the Israelites. Okay, all this secret counsel that they're bringing to light now is to destroy and weed out the elect of the Lord, because the only ones that's not going to take the mark are the elect. Okay, because the elect cannot be deceived into taking this mark, because the elect are going to know what's going down. Okay, everyone else is going to take it because they don't have no hope, they don't have faith. You see, so by process of elimination, once these people out here take the mark and they have who they want, the only ones that's going to be left that don't have the MOT. Now I'm not saying that everybody's gonna take it. I mean, shit, you're even gonna have Edomites that's not gonna take the mark. You know what I'm saying? So everyone is not gonna take it, but mainly who they are looking for are the elect of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. Okay, to hell with everybody else. That's who they want. They want to weed out and destroy the elect. That's why they doing all what they doing, all this fourth industrial revolution. Okay, now this is Psalms 37 verse 34. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt thee to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, thou shalt see it. Okay, verse 35. I have seen the wicked in great power and spreading himself like a green bay tree. All right, now when you look at the green bay tree is a matter of fact, let's just get it real quick. The green bay tree. Okay. Now see how the green bay tree, how it's spread out. The bay tree, how its leaves are very spread out. Okay. So the Most High say that he see the wicked in great power spreading himself like a green bay tree. Okay, spreading his influence around the earth like a green bay tree, man. All right. So that's how this devil Esau Edom influences these other nations to hop on board with his plans. Okay. They don't really want to go against Esau because they know that Esau is the devil. And they know that right now he has certain power given to him by the Most High to execute these things within the earth. So they see it as, well, damn, we can't really go against this man. So you know what I'm saying? Let's all just work together. You know? But this is the secret counsel of the wicked, man. The wicked spreading himself like a green bay tree. All right, spreading his wickedness around the earth like a green bay tree. All right, now let's get this last precept. Right? Jeremiah 30 verse 7, because the times we're moving into is the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, time like has never been seen before and will never be seen again upon the planet Earth. So this is Jeremiah 30 verse 7. Slakia, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, so very perilous times, very dangerous and uncertain times are coming upon the planet Earth. All right, and the most important thing in the time we coming into is to strengthen your faith. Okay, because it's easy to say right now that I'm not gonna fold. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna get. But listen, when it comes a time where you can't go to the store, you know what I'm saying, to just buy food like how you can now, when you can't step outside of your house, you know what I'm saying, like you can now. It's gonna come a time where things are gonna change, where your mindset is gonna have to be locked in to what the Lord wants you to do. You know what I'm saying? To what his spirit is guiding you to do. Because right now you still have some freedom to do certain things, but very soon that's going to be out the window. It's going to be all out chaos, man. Okay, the time of Jacob's trouble, where they're going to come and roll on the prophets. The famine of the word is going to be going down. They're going to be throwing brothers in prison, throwing brothers in jail, afflicting brothers and sisters. That's the time that's coming. So, hey, right now, the time we in now, you got to know where you stand. You got to know where your faith is at. Okay, because, if you don't really have, faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, that he will deliver us out of these coming perils, then you're going to fold to the MOTB. You're going to fold to the NWO. Because you don't, you know what I'm saying, like you don't have no real foundation that you're standing on. It's just basically just you just trying to hold out on your own strength. And the scriptures say that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So if you just going off the willpower of your flesh, then hey, you're going to fail every time. So your spirit got to be strong in the Lord to really get through what's coming. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, some very perilous times, man. Jacob's trouble coming in, the fourth industrial revolution, the MOTB, the devil, okay? Digital bread rationing with biometric IDs on the rollout in Iran. I'm going to end it right there. Hopefully that lesson was edifying. Through the Rakha Kadash, call Allah, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakha Kadash. Till next time, Shalom to the elect. Kam Yasha Allah, DTA, Abba Baba, Shalom.